Welcome to the lesson, Place Value of Decimals. The title is Place Value of Decimals. The date today is 11/4/20. You have one vocabulary word, and that is thousandth. If 1/100th is divided into 10 equal parts, each part is 1/1000th. That can be written as a decimal like this, decimal 001, or as a fraction like this, 1/1000. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to so that you can catch up with your notes. And when you're ready, you can unpause. We are next going to be making a place value chart. I'm going to put a decimal in the center, and I'm going to put 3 lines to the left of the decimal. To the left of the decimal, that's your whole number side that we learned about in the past. So the first spot to the left of the decimal, that is your ones place. To the left of that is your tens place. And to the left of that is your hundreds place. And if I kept going, it'd be thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and so on. To the right side of the decimal, those are your decimal places. So the first spot to the right of the decimal, that is called tenths. TENTHS. So when you see that TH or THS ending, you know that you're on the decimal side. After tenths, the next spot is hundredths. Again, it has that THS ending. And then the last spot that we're going to go over in 5th grade is thousandths. Again, with that TH or THS ending. Now, spelling does matter for this because you can see there's a tens place and a tenths place. There's a hundreds place. There's a hundredths place. There's a thousands place. There's a thousandths place. So they are a little bit similar. So you have to be a little bit careful. That's why spelling matters. When you have that THS, we're talking about the decimal side, less than 1. So today we're going to be talking about places and values for decimals. So for example, if I write the number 8.634, and I want to know what number is in the hundredths place, well, what I do is I start at my decimal and I go 1, 2 to the right. The 3 is in the hundredths place. If I want to know what number is in the thousandths place, well, let's look. From the decimal, the thousandths is 1, 2, 3 over. So I go to my decimal, 1, 2, 3 over. The 4 is in the thousandths place. If I want to know what number is in the tenths place, the tenths place is 1 spot to the right of the decimal. So I go to the decimal, I go 1 spot to the right. The 6 is in the tenths place. So your first assignment on Schoology is going to have to do with which number is written in which place. The second thing that you're going to do on Schoology, the second assignment, is writing the value of the underlined digit. So we're going to practice that next. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line. In our first example, well, actually, first I'll go ahead and write the directions. It's going to say, write the value of the underlined digit. You're going to have the same directions on your classwork. So let's go with 0.564. And by the way, we'll get into how to read them properly in the next lesson. For this lesson, I just want you to get used to your decimal place value chart and finding places and values. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline the 6. So the place the 6 is in the hundredths, because if I go to the decimal, it goes 1, 2, So decimal 1, 2, that's the hundredths. But I want to know value, not place. So a 6 in the hundredths place is worth 6 hundredths. Now on Schoology, it's going to ask you to write it in words. We're going to count this as words because you're writing the word hundredth out. There is a different way to write value. You're not going to use this way on Schoology, but it's important to know. So the second way would be I'd write my 0 decimal. The hundredth spot is 2 places after the decimal, so I'm going to do 2 dashes. I fill in the 6, my underlined number, in the same spot, 2 after the decimal, just like there. And then everywhere else, I put zeros. So that also would say 6 hundredths. All right, let's look at another one. 0 decimal 217. And this time around, I'm going to underline the 7. So now if I want to know the value, well, I have to figure out the place first. I go to the decimal and it's 1, 2, 3. So go to my decimal, 1, 2, 3. It's in the thousands. So a 7 in the thousands, the value is 7 thousandths. Notice I'm writing that THS ending. So on Schoology, this is how you type in your answer. 7 space, and then you spell out the word thousandths. Careful that your spelling is correct. They do mark it wrong when the spelling is not correct. So you might want to use your notes to know how to spell it. Now the second way you can write value again, this is not the way you're going to do it in Schoology, but it is a second way. I'm going to write 0 decimal. Then the thousandths is 3 spots out. So 1, 2, 3 with the dashes. Put a 7 in that spot. Put zeros everywhere else. 7 thousandths. All right, let's try another one. 3 decimal 204. And I'm going to underline the 2. So if I want to know the value of the 2, well, the 2 is 1 spot after the decimal. The spot after the decimal is my tenths place. So a 2 in the tenths place, the value is 2 tenths. Or 0 decimal 2. All right, let's try just a couple more examples just to make sure we have this. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this up a little bit because I ran out of room. Let's try 4 decimal 893. And I'm going to underline the 9 this time. All right, what value do you think that 9 has? Hopefully you're screaming at your computer screen 9 hundredths because it is 2 spots to the right of the decimal, 2 spots to the right of the decimal. That's your hundredths place. So the value is 9 hundredths. Or if we want to look at it the second way, I just fill in 0 decimal. Hundredths is 2 spots out. Write my 9 there just like it is in the problem. Zeros everywhere else. That also says 9 hundredths. All right, let's do one last one. 0 decimal 45. This time I'm going to underline the 4. What is the value of that underlined digit? Okay, hopefully you're yelling at your computer screen 4 tenths. And if you are right. Because the spot to the right of the decimal, that first spot after the decimal, that is your tenths place. So if you were on Schoology, you would type in 4 space and spell out the word tenths. Now the second method, the way you're not going to do on Schoology, but just a second method to show the value would be 0 decimal, and then we go 10th spot is right there, and we fill in our 4. So hopefully you understood everything. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me, and I will help you out. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video. Bye.